on the 21st. I've been awake for 2 to 3 hours shaking. I kept every window in the house open to help with this problem. The mold builds up during the day and night. And as we sleep, we sit in it and we just breathe it in. So when we wake up, my roommate's dizzy, coughing, having trouble breathing, and falling down. It doesn't make much sense. When I wake up, the mold gives me problems breathing. My chest pounds out of its chest. My heart pounds out of my chest. My eyes water. My nose gets stuffy or runs like crazy. I start vomiting in a trash can. And my pre-existing condition makes it so I can't walk or move. When trying to pick up this phone and dial it, my eyes watered like a fountain, and my arm was shaking like a tree in a storm. I thought the phone was going to get thrown across the room the way I was shaking. If I let go, my phone would have flew to the right or flew to the left. Like that shaking. Oh, God. I wish you could see it. We also yawn a lot because we can't get oxygen with all this mold in the air. And the tenants before us were experiencing the same thing. Not only that, we had a moldy rag under our sink. We have moldy windows. We have mold in the wood. We have mold in the cabinets. And you know what the landlord's going to say during the eviction? He's going to say, we put the moldy rag there. He's going to say, we put the mold in the window and let it rot. We didn't clean out the cabinets on the top crack where that space is. Even though the only way to clean out the cabinet is to take them all out of the wall and then clean them back the ceiling and wall. You literally would have to remove all the cabinets in the building. I tried to clean up the mess when we first moved in. There was a moldy rag mess under the sink. So I bleached it and tried to scrape it, but I continue to get sick when I do it. I called the maintenance multiple times and they said, we're not fucking touching that. I'll get sick. So even the maintenance said they'll get sick and they're not touching it. And that was years ago. The window is obviously rotted before us because when we moved in, there was gallons of water coming in that window right behind the wall where the heater is. It stayed like that for 2 to 3 years, until about 2 years ago when I added the foam in. Maybe 3 years ago I added the foam in. The foam slowed down the leaking, but the leaking went around the foam and still goes down. But it slowed down and there's less of it. You can see the black mold around it, and if you could still see inside the wall, you'd be horrified. But when we go to court, what do you think the landlord is going to do when we bring these up? No, they caused the holes. They put the rag there. They put the kid's crayon on the wall. No, when we moved in, this place wasn't done at all. There was crayon on the wall. There was a moldy rag under the sink. There was no doorknob. There was no outlets. None of this place was done. I came in and did it. I put the new doorknob in. I put the new outlets in. I took care of the crayon, even though my roommate said he wanted that room and he liked the crayon there. So I left it alone. Literally, we didn't bother. They don't like to see me running around here with a chicken cut off doing all the landlords and maintenance's work. But that's what I do. That's what I used to do when I first moved in. Now I just left it to the landlord. I'm like, fuck this. No, we got plumbing to do, call the landlord. Because I've called the landlord about a leaky freaking window that's had water coming in since the day we moved in. And he knows that the only thing that I charge to the rent is doorknobs and little things for like $4. If I can go to Home Depot and we need a new doorknob, I just charge it to him. Now, that was a deal that me and him came up with to make his job easy, because he didn't want to send maintenance to put new doorknobs in for weeks. It could take him 7 days to fix a doorknob. When I moved in, we were 30 days in with no doorknob. So I made a deal with him. If you don't got time to give us a doorknob and a lock, then I will go to Home Depot, get a doorknob and a lock, and I will take it off the rent. Is that okay with you? And he said yes. So that's the only deal I have with with maintenance or landlord, is to get a doorknob and bill it to the rent. That's it. The windows and everything else, I have no legal permission to bill to the rent. If I tried it, he would then just take my money. He would say, pay me the full rent. Ha ha ha, now I got a new window on the tenant's dime. So all this stuff has been rotting and getting us sick. I'm so tired of waking up next to a trash can. My roommate, I had to empty out his yesterday because it was filled with vomit. He's 84. I shouldn't be emptying out 84-year-olds' morning vomit buckets because the landlord doesn't want to fix his property.